The Rivers State Governor, WIKE, has accused the Minister of Transportation, AMEACHI, of sponsoring an alleged smear media campaign against him over the issue of the alleged massacre of members of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in Oyigbo local government area of the state. Governor WIKE made the claim while speaking on Monday during a live special interview on AIT on the fallout of the AMEACHI protests and the reports of mass killings of IPOB members in Oyigbo. The governor claimed that AMEACHI is disturbed by its rising political profile, hence the alleged smear media campaign. WIKE emphasized that he has no regrets for his proclamation against IPOB and their activities in Rivers State, adding that the criminal group has formed dangerous cells in Oyigbo by hoisting flags in certain communities. According to him, I know where all this is coming from. They think they can sponsor all sorts of rubbish against me. I know it is coming from the Minister of Transportation. Why he, AMEACHI, not do that? He thinks that I am rising politically and is doing everything to bring me down. Everybody knows that it is not hidden. I can not change my identity. I have a good relationship with the Igbos, and if the presidency is zoned to the southeast, I will support them very well. But that is not for me to say that I am from that area. I am not from there. The president directed his minister to go for their state to ascertain the level of destruction. I have not heard from my own minister. We don't know when he would. The Rivers State governor also said he has received threats from certain individuals over the incident at Oyigbo. You can't imagine the volume destruction caused by these IPOB criminals. They killed 3 police officers. They killed 6 soldiers. They burnt all the police stations in Oyigbo. The burns are caught and they were taking over some of our communities, and you said we should sit and watch them continuously. We won't allow that. They have been sending text messages threatening me that they will deal with me when they see me. I told them I am not a Kurimadu that they embarrassed in Germany. I dare anybody to try it. I will go around the streets of Europe without looking back, WIKE said. On the alleged massacre in Oyigbo, Governor WIKE said the reports will be investigated, adding that a meeting has been called with the State Security Council to review their activities in Oyigbo and other places. Well, it is all about a political, whatever, political this, political that. So you want to do investigation after being they've been prescribed, and you talk about a AMEACHI not coming because all these people, forget them, they are friends, but we just want to analyze what he has said, that AMEACHI did not come to River State. All of a sudden we just heard that this whole thing just take a new whatever, because when you talk about the hashtag AMEACHI, the 2 major places that we really know that this protest was really on ground, it was in Lagos and Abuja. So I know that the day that the protesters, hashtag AMEACHI protesters, talked, or when they said they were going to be coming out, when the governor himself told them that they have no right to what is it called, to vote, to protest, and these people defied the protest, and we didn't hear it was these people, this IPOB, and at the end of the day, he was able to come out because the people defied that. You cannot tell us not to protest for the fact that the government or the president or the federal government has said this and that. We are not going to believe in that. We are going to come out, and which they came out, and when he saw the crowd, he had no choice, and he joined them, and all of a sudden, and just like I said, we were concentrating on Lagos and Abuja because those places were the places that the whole process, the mother of all protests, were going on. So all of a sudden, we're not really concentrating on that, and he has been managing that area. That is the fact. To my own best of knowledge, WIKE has been managing that NSAS protest, because as soon as he saw that the people did not listen to his order, because he always issue order, this order of a thing. But the people said, no, we are not going to go in that line. We must come out. And they came out. And when he saw that they came out, he had to come out and say, oh, yes. And he really reckoned with them. He said, yes, he has been talking about his answers, this and this and this. And I said, if you have been talking about these answers, nobody listens to you. Then why would you all of a sudden telling your people not to protest concerning this whole thing? And they've been managing themselves for that time. And the people have been peaceful. All of a sudden, I don't even know what really happened. Please, if you know, let us even know in the comment section that the whole thing just changed to hype up this thing. And if I look at this whole thing, of course, he said it's not from there. Good and fine. Everybody can, it's the freedom of association and all of that. At the end of the day, you said if the what is it called, the reason why I'm not really even paying much attention to all this, there was a time there was this whole drama too between this what is it called, they call them this Fulani or Hausa people in that River State, and the next thing they will say, oh, it is hype up, and the leaders, one of the leaders of this Hausa people in that quarters in River State came out and said, oh, it was hype up people that did this, they did that. At the end of the day, when they did their own investigation, they found out that it was not the IPOB members. So it was just a random something. Everything is IPOB. So when this whole thing came out, I was just wondering, if really these people really have, if the so-called IPOB, if they really want to have a root, a very, very decent, it's supposed to be, of course, we know that the way this whole thing has been carved out, is Rivers is part of South. Why in Southeast, they've not been giving problems like this. If at all there's a place they really want to have a very stronghold, it's supposed to be Southeast. And yet, these people are doing their own thing in that place. So why would they come to this place? I don't know. I'm just asking, because I don't know why all of a sudden in the Southeast, they are doing their own thing, because that is where they belong. That is where they know that they have, and they have not been constituting nuisance. Apart from the soldiers who are always going to meet them, that's when we begin to hear them, acting. So why would they want to? I'm asking because it's really a surprising thing to me to with all this talk here and there. So the investigation now that this man wants to do is what I don't really know. When you've already prescribed and people's lives have been taken, this investigation, and I said it in one of my videos, if really we do things in a normal way, all of this investigation would have come up in the first place. So what led to what? What led to what? That's the question we are asking, because much concentration was in Lagos and Abuja. So all of a sudden that this whole thing just turned to something else. That is what I don't even understand. And now WIKE is coming out to say, oh, it is a AMEACHI, because AMEACHI, there was no way AMEACHI would have come to in the recent, because before this whole thing now changed, AMEACHI wouldn't have even come, because there was no problem with a NSAS protest, because WIKE, you have been managing that area away. So all of a sudden when it did not change, that is where I don't know. That's why, if you know, let us know in the comment section. Both of them, they've been cat and rat here and there. So the issue now is not all about whether you like the Igbos or you don't like the Igbos. And that's why we'll continue to have problems. We will continue to have problems. We talk about restructuring, we talk about this and that, devolution of power. If a state cannot manage itself, because if you talk about the central governance or government that is too large, that's why this thing, the government is not really it's not, people at the grassroots, lowest grassroots, they're not feeling government. Then we're not talking about a regional government. If you say regional, it's still going to be the same thing. It's still really, really a big issue. What we need to be talking about now is, how do you make sure that those councillors and local government chairmen, they are up to date? If they are up to date in their responsibilities, believe you me, everywhere would have been fine, everywhere would have been touched, government would have been able to reach everywhere. But the same states do not want all these people to function. If we want to even go by that, we need to be holding all these state governors, holding them accountable, because they get allocations and they are supposed to make sure that they get revenue, so that everything will be okay. So if the governors who are collecting revenues and allocations every month, they will not be able to do much, because they have not been giving local government chairmen and councillors chance to be able to operate. If they are being given opportunity to operate, everywhere would have been developed to a very large extent. So coming back, it is this AMEACHI, this and that, to me, it's neither here nor there. It is because of the failed system. We don't have a president that can really call people to order, that can even say this, that can even say what. No, it's just there. Things are getting bad. It's just sitting down there. What is he doing? Nothing. So that's why we are seeing all these problems here. So these people can continue to blame themselves for all they care, but what do we do? How do we go about this? Now you want to do investigation. When two groups have disagreement, they should try as much as possible to settle themselves for peace to reign in the state. I don't understand WIKE saying he has good relationship with the Igbos. Where is WIKE from? This is the stupidity of black man I can never understand. He say, okay, is mad against Amechi because Amechi is claiming to be Igbo. Mr. Wike, your rising political profile is nothing to be compared with the profile of Igbo people all over the world. No matter what you do to the Igbos, we still triumph. Nonsense. Amechi is much better man than you. At least he has a living conscience. Yours is seared. Well, Wiki, but why? It is not propaganda. It is not propaganda. You must give account. Okay, it's not propaganda. You must give account of the number of Igbos slaughtered so far to convince Igbos worldwide that the massacre is not true. Wiki, you say you are not Ekweremadu. Prove your power and supremacy by traveling to Israel, Germany, UK, Spain, and all of that. If Ekweremadu, who is a typical Igbo man, could receive such embarrassment, how much more you, who has already disowned and denied your identity? So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let us know your thoughts on this. Thank you.